let's start with Eric Adams to get the politics, as my girl Roxanne would say. Shout out to Forest Rocks. To get that out the way. Okay. Now I talked to y'all about Eric Adams in my last live on Wednesday. I had to take my little boo out for a date yesterday. Okay. So that's why I didn't come to y'all. But I'm back and I'm here. But we had already talked about Eric Adams before his indictment had been unsealed. So now that the indictment has been unsealed, let's hear what the neighborhood talk has written. Okay. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a grand jury. The unsealed 5-page indictment reveals Eric Adams allegedly accepted at least $10 million from foreign officials during his campaign in exchange for political favors. He's being charged with conspiracy, wire fraud, and bribery charges. Child, they say he only been a mayor for 2 years. You didn't did all of this. And it's only, excuse me, y'all, it's only been 2 years. And then on top of that, y'all, he's a dummy. He is a dummy. When I tell you, it's crazy how like some of the most smart, intelligent people will not get to these places because they don't kiss the right ass, shake the right hands. But you will have a big bald head, guabadas forehead, yellow teeth having ass nigga as your mayor, and he won't even know not to do shit via text message. Girl. No, for real. He's an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, there's no other way for me to say it. He did this shit via text message. You are doing illegal things as a government official via text message. Like, what is going on here? Like, how dumb do you have to be? I know. What do y'all think? Like, people in the 90s knew not to do things over the phone. People in the 80s and the 70s, like people who were doing illegal shit before they had the internet, before people could be listening through your cell phone devices. Y'all know how it go. You'll mention, girl, I could mention anything in front of my damn phone and watch it show up as an ad on Instagram in 10 minutes. Do you hear me? It is at a ridiculous point with technology and how much people are able, cameras all over the place. You can't get away with shit nowadays. Why the hell would you do everything via text message? Talking about I deleted my text. Sir, we can always pull them back up. Once they're out there, we can pull them back. They're in a cloud somewhere. They're on Verizon's cloud, bitch. We can go and get your text messages, whether you delete them from your phone or not. It's crazy. Let me continue to read what this idiot was doing. Adams reportedly took money from Turkish government officials during his mayoral campaign. The foreign officials reportedly wanted to gain influence over him and gave him luxury trips and expensive gifts in order to obtain that. As Adams' prominence and power grew, his foreign national benefactors sought to cash in on their corrupt relationships with him, particularly when in 2021 it became clear that Adams would become New York City's mayor. The filing continues. Adams agreed, providing favorable treatment in exchange for the illicit benefits he received. Now, please don't misunderstand me. They all do this. Do you hear me? They all do this. But when a black mayor does it, he's probably going to get caught for it. And if you think I give a fuck, I don't. I don't. I'm just stating like the fact of the situation because child, the way they went and chopped Ray Nagin's head, girl, our mayor before Katrina, Rhea May Nagin, okay, I'm sorry, y'all, Mayor Ray Nagin, who was doing, similar underhanded illegality type shit in his position as mayor, and everybody knew about it because everybody's doing it too. The white politicians are doing it too. They're just obviously not as dumb to get caught, but specifically I feel like they will go after you. They will go after you. They will. That's why as a black person, you normally have to stay above board. You can't fall victim to these same games that white people can fall victim to, because when it's time, they will come and get you. They may not go and get their white homeboy, but they're going to come and get your ass. And please don't misunderstand me. There are people of, white, Asian people that get caught up on these things all the time. But I will always remember, I think the reason why they caught Ray Nagin up the way they did, not only because, at some point these niggas' egos get to their head. They do. They do the shit, y'all. They do it. That's why when 50 Cent is sitting up there talking about, Diageo, I don't give a shit, because Diddy did all of that stuff that Diageo or whoever else decided to unearth. He did it. So I don't care about the fact that, oh, they're no longer covering for him the way they're covering for this one over there or that. I don't care about that. You did that shit. So whoever gets caught doing the shit, you get caught. But I never forget when Ray got on the news and said that this is Chocolate City and it will remain that way. He pissed a lot of white people off. And then he ends up in jail. And New Orleans is forever gentrified. Okay. Like forever gentrified after that. Okay. And I don't really think he would have been able to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you're not going to be mayor no more. But I do believe there's some truth to the fact that, he pissed the wrong people off. And then they decided to pull up all the shit that they knew about him. Yeah, I do believe that. Absolutely. All right. And so I'm definitely looking at Eric Adams like, you just stupid because you let them catch you up. If you're going to do illegal shit, you got to be smart. You got to be ahead. And you damn sure can't be doing the illegalities via text message talking about I deleted my text messages. Like they all get caught up for this. Like to me, it's basically lobbying because yes, what were the political favors? That's what I want to know. And then also it's like a money laundering scheme. That's another thing. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, child, because I had to do my hair, girl. Okay, so my hair just be. Ugh. All right. Let me finish this, and then we're gonna go to Demetria Lucas' page because I love her. Shout out to Demetria Lucas. Okay. By smuggling their contributions to Adams through US-based straw donors, Adams' overseas contributors defeated federal laws that serve to prevent foreign influence on US elections. Okay. In the wake of the indictment, Adams' home was also raided last night. Adams has also maintained his innocence and claims he's being targeted by the government. Nigga, you are a part of the government. You are a part of the government, sir. Demetria Lucas. Shout out to her because I love a girl that will dumb it down for the folks in the back. And sometimes I'm the folks in the back. Okay, not all the time, but sometimes I'm the folks in the back. I'll admit it. Demetria said, "Just finished reading the Eric Adams. He is so going to jail. His assistant text about bribes and wire fraud with instructions to foreign nationals. The texts are in the indictments. It reads like a movie script, a comedy about corrupt elected officials who don't know how to be good criminals. A Hill summer intern could have guided them around most of this." Eric Adams was texting people worried about all the evidence of criminal ish that they had text about that he always erases his texts. The big gotcha is Adams took money from foreign nationals, washed it, then reported it. NYC has a matching donations program where they pay up to 8 times per dollar for donations to help with campaigns. Adams reports the wash money to NYC. They multiply the money 8 times over, and then he receives around $10 million USD in public funds for his campaign. That's a big crime, allegedly. The hotel and lay down bed seats are petty, salacious details. It's included for fun. Eric Adams is earning $258,000 as NYC mayor. All he had to do was act right for a full term, bounce, and go corporate like so many elected officials. He'd have a cushy job, paying him at least a couple of million, sit on some boards, also paying him a bunch of money, and he could have afforded his Lux international trips very easily. He played the short game and did it wrong. He is going to end up in jail, and not a single dollar of the bribes and donated money ended up in his personal bank account. So let me tell y'all this, and this is something I've been thinking about. And this is black people. And somebody was like, trying to argue with me about what black men, y'all are not going to like catch me up in this bullshit that y'all like to do. Y'all wanted to argue about what black means and all of that. Hey, at the end of the day, hold up. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. I don't give, is it, hold up. No, it's not. It's not working. No, it's not working. Why is it not working? I can't hear myself. No. Okay. Okay. I don't give a, I don't give a, I don't care how you define black. I don't give a. Essentially, black people all over the world, because black does not just mean American. It means dark complected people. It means melanated people. Stupid mother. They can be from all over the world. I hate when y'all try to act like, oh, black is just an American thing. No, it's not. There's a whole continent full of black ass people. Sorry. Y'all know I've been to Ghana. Shout out to Reset by Design Wellness. If you're trying to travel around the world in a luxe manner and not go to jail for it, hit us up. Reset by Design Wellness. Okay. Link down below in the description box. And also follow us on Instagram, Reset by Design Wellness. If you want to go out of town on a luxe scale for a portion of the price and not go to jail for it, hit us up. Okay. Death row. Y'all want to argue about black people. This is something that black people have a problem with, and I want to talk about it because no matter whether you are black in Africa, you are black in the Caribbean, or you are black in America, no matter where you are black at, a lot of the times you have been colonized by another ethnicity or nationality of people. You have been colonized by somebody else. And when people have been colonized, they are basically in somebody else's hamster wheel. So they can't see the maze. They can't back away and see the big picture because they're so caught up in the game trying to beat every little thing that comes their way. That, you know what I mean? Like, this is how it is. You're trying to combat homelessness. You're trying to combat being hungry. You're trying to combat, the everyday struggles, right? So because of that, you don't have the luxury to look ahead 20, 30 years like a lot of other people do, or Asian people. There are a lot of other ethnicities and nationalities of people that, because they didn't have to deal with colonization, they have been able to think ahead in a way that a lot of black people cannot. Even in Ghana, when we went to Ghana, this was something we experienced. Short game mentality. You keep trying to hustle every person you come into contact with. And so you don't pay attention that you just lucked up and come into contact with somebody that could be paying you for years to come. But instead of acting right and doing what the fuck you supposed to do, I should have bleeped myself. Instead of doing what the fuck you supposed to do and do right and handle the situation with some integrity, you decide you want to game people. You want to hustle people. And now you playing short game and you end up. That's what goes down a lot of the time. It's the same thing as people that decide they want to go sell, drugs. You're not thinking about the long game. And the long game that's a trap. That's why they call it a trap, because it's only going to end up in one or two ways. And the reason why it's a trap is because you're playing on somebody else's board. You're playing on somebody else's board, y'all. This country, the capitalism, all over the world, all of us regular people, okay, us civilians, we are playing on somebody else's board. We are playing Monopoly on somebody else's board. Okay? So that's why you have to learn how to game this system in a way that is advantageous for you. For somebody like Eric Adams to get to the point of being a black mayor of New York City, and not 2 years in, and you letting the Turkish government, you over there acting like a drug dealer with the campaign funds, washing it, making money off of it, taking your portion and giving the rest of it back to them, or just offering them whatever they're asking for. And I told y'all, this is what y'all, y'all stupid ass president, shout out to Roxanne, him. That's the shit that he's on. They just haven't really pulled all of the evidence out, but it's very much obvious by the way he has these personal relationships with Russia and other places like that. I'm bleeping because we don't know what might happen, okay? But what I am saying is, when you play short game as a black person, you are usually going to get your ass handed to you. That's why you can't play these type of dumb games. That's why. Because they will always catch you up. That's the system. Stupid. Do you hear this, girl? This man could have had a cushy life if he would have just held on and not did nothing illegal while he was the mayor, as if it was so hard. And then talking about you being, what did he say? He's being brought down by the government. Nigga, you work in the government and you were committing fraud against the government. Yeah, they're coming after you. Stupid. Yeah. You're a black mayor of New York City. They waiting for you to fuck up. They waiting for you to fuck up. Are you stupid? I'm telling you, that's ego. That's ego. Look at him. Looking like a goddamn villain from a Batman movie. Let's listen to what he got to say, Mr. Gotham City.
It is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target, and a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent.
Again, y'all, text messages. Again, text messages, y'all. Okay, let's take a deeper look, child. Let's take a deeper look, y'all. Let me not now. Hold up. Let me go to the news. Let's see. This is from yesterday. The FBI appeared to conduct a search of Gracie Mansion. I thought I was about to say Manor Girl. Gracie Mansion, the official home of New York City Mayor Eric Adams, on Thursday, according to a video from WNBC, NBC News, and multiple people familiar with the matter. The FBI New York declined to comment. Sources said agents had a search warrant and duffel bags. Duffel bag. The warrant, they said, only pertained to Turkey and covered cell phones and tablets. Alex Spiro, an attorney for Adams, confirmed federal agents appeared and called it a spectacle. Like we did he? Yeah, we know. It's supposed to make y'all look bad for them to come and search y'all houses. Shout as if being indicted ain't bad enough, right? Anyway, federal agents appeared this morning at Gracie Mansion in an effort to create a spectacle again and take Mayor Adams' phone again. He has not been arrested and looks forward to his day in court, Spiro said. They send a dozen agents to pick up a phone when we could have happily turned it in. Multiple vehicles were later seen leaving the premises. Thursday's search comes after two sources familiar with the matter said federal charges against Adams are expected to be filed by prosecutors out of the Southern District of New York as early as Thursday. They would make the Democrat the city's first sitting mayor to face criminal prosecution. It was not immediately clear what charges Adams will face, nor to which investigation they may be tied. Adams has denied any wrongdoing on his part, blah, 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 blah. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges would be entirely false, based on lies. We heard him say that. Let's see. Adams went on to reference an FBI search at the home of interim NYPD Commissioner Tom Donlin on September 20th, just days after he was named the city's top cop. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. The mayor said, if I am charged, I know I'm innocent. Adams noted that he would request an immediate trial so that New Yorkers can hear the truth. He also addressed those who would call on him to resign, saying he would continue to lead the city. Okay. What we know about the investigations? Let's talk. The charges are set to come nearly a year after the first sign of federal authorities looking into Adams and those around him. On November 2nd, 2023, FBI agents searched the Brooklyn home of one of his top fundraisers, Brianna Suggs. At the time, a spokesperson for the FBI confirmed agents had engaged in law enforcement activity at the brownstone, but did not share further details on the matter. Agents, some dressed in suits, others in tactical gear, lugged boxes of evidence from the home to a minivan outside. The New York Times reported a short time later that the warrant sought records related to contributions, travel to Turkey by people linked to the campaign, and documents of interactions between the campaign and Turkey's government or people acting at its behest, meaning people contacting them for Turkey officials. It was not clear at the time whether Suggs, 25, was the target of an investigation. Those sources familiar with the matter told NBC New York that the search was related in part to questions about campaign fundraising. At that time, Adams said he had not been contacted by any investigators regarding a potential case. Suggs, who worked closely with Adams since 2017, had been a campaign consultant to Adams, who raised money for his election effort and also lobbied his administration on behalf of corporate clients. Just 4 days later, on November 6th, FBI agents stopped Adams himself as he left an event in Manhattan and seized his cell phone and iPad. Later that same week, Adams said he had no personal knowledge of any improper fundraising and didn't believe he had anything to personally fear from the investigation. Neither he nor Suggs had been accused of any wrongdoing at that time. Agents also searched the home of Adams' liaison to the Turkish community in New York and a former Turkish airline executive. As part of that inquiry, federal prosecutors sought information about a time period when Adams was still Brooklyn borough president, but had won the Democratic primary and was widely expected to be elected as mayor in fall. During that period, Turkish officials were trying to get the city to expedite FDNY approval of a new diplomatic building that was being held up by safety concerns, y'all. And this right here is like, this is how we end up getting fucked up, like the actual people, right? Safety concerns are an issue. The Turkish officials want to expedite the situation, so they line the pocket of the mayor or soon to be mayor so that they can get this done quickly. And then what happens when there are safety concerns? Usually they cut corners. When they cut corners, everybody else ends up getting hurt. This is what happens, right? And then y'all blame a lot of this shit on the people in the neighborhoods and all of that. Oh, y'all don't upkeep. Y'all don't do that. Man, they be setting people up for the fall with this shit. Federal prosecutors started looking into whether Mayor Adams' previous contact with the FDNY crossed any lines when he inquired about those fire safety and occupancy permit issues revolving around the new high-rise building, which was set to house the new Turkish consulate. Multiple sources with the matter told NBC New York in November 2023. Sources familiar with the matter said the mayor texted with an FDNY commissioner, Daniel Negro, about when occupancy for the 35-story building could take place, to which Negro responded saying, it might be Negro, y'all. Negro responded saying that it would be handled the following Monday. Adams said his text to the fire commissioner was a routine request. A source familiar with the matter said former FDNY Commissioner Negro was questioned as a witness by the FBI at least twice. Okay, so no, it is definitely seeming like this is another one of those situations where y'all want something to happen regardless of how it may not be safe for the individuals that live in the area or whatever, or who are going to be in this building. So y'all want somebody to hurry some shit up. Two sources familiar with the investigation said the safety officials at the FDNY signed off on a letter of occupancy with no objection, meaning the FDNY had reached an agreement with the building for added safety measures that would allow for access to the building. Fire chiefs told FBI investigators in April that in 2023 that they faced a pressure campaign to rubber stamp the new Turkish consulate building despite existing safety concerns, according to an attorney representing one of the chiefs. So basically, the fire department sold you out. The fire department sold them out. Those questions came as the FBI was already investigating whether Turkish individuals improperly donated or were involved in the improper bundling of contributions to the Adams 2021 mayoral campaign. So yeah, it's a lot of shit that's going on. It seemed like not only are you taking the campaign and y'all, 8 times, tripling, quadrupling, you know what I'm saying, the money and all of that. It is giving corruption all over the place. It's giving corruption all over the place, y'all. So yeah, it's given. It might not even have a fire escape or enough doors, like just little stuff like that. Like it is definitely given. We're gonna ignore the safety concerns because people are lining pockets, and I'm not a fan of that at all, y'all. Y'all know down here in New Orleans they were building the Hard Rock Hotel, and there were safety concerns. They ignored the safety concerns, still went ahead with building that building probably wrong, and then it collapsed, and a lot of people that were working lost their lives. Bodies were like in that building for months. It was a eyesore when you were driving, on the interstate for a long time. So things like this trickle down in ways to where just regular people that are trying to work, that are trying to make a living for their families, end up getting hurt because of this type of shit. Okay. So yeah, y'all, that's basically everything that's going down with the Eric Adams of it all. I wanted to get the politics out the way, world. Okay.